Hi David, how are you?
Hey, I'm so good, Bruno. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. Thanks for asking. Today I was wondering if it would be okay for you if we just do some breathwork exercise.
Yeah, I love breathwork, man. It's my favorite topic, and there's so many different things we can do. I think the first thing we should do is just establish some good breathing mechanics. So most people are chest breathers, and this, of course, is really bad. So what we need to understand is the position of the tongue. The tongue should actually be on the roof of the mouth. So if you're going to make the sound la, just before you make that sound, where your tongue is, that's where your tongue should be. So it's pressing up on your roof of your mouth, and your tongue should actually be there all the time. When our tongue's there, it changes the way that air moves into our body. Because your tongue is such a powerful muscle, it shouldn't actually be doing nothing. It has a position, and it's on the roof of the mouth. And then we're going to breathe through the nose. The nose is made for breathing, the mouth is made for food and complaining. So we're gonna we're gonna breathe through our nose, not into our nose. It sounds similar, but it's very different. So place the tongue on the roof of your mouth and try breathing through your nose. Take a nice breath in, and you'll feel like it does go down much easier in that way. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our hands and we're going to put them on our lower ribs here. And the purpose of these bottom ribs is to open out as the diaphragm moves down. And so the reason we put our hands here is because we want to start to feel those ribs moving. So again, with the tongue on the roof of the mouth, try to breathe through your nose and breathe into your hands so you feel your ribs expanding. And we'll just do a couple of breaths here, really starting to connect with the ribs and the diaphragm. You might even notice that one side moves easier than the other. This is, of course, something we should work on and start to fix. Let's just do one more nice breath here. Very nice. This is super important. People always think that the breathing is not important, but the breathing is the most important thing in your body. It's every other process runs off the respiratory system. So now that we've got some of the mechanics down, um, we're going to go into some box breathing where you breathe in and you hold your breath and you breathe out and you hold your breath all for an equal amount of time. And being able to control the flow of air is super important to the health of your body. When your body has no control of the airflow, it's like your body has no control at all. Now we're in a stressed state. So just get relaxed. You can roll your shoulders a little bit. It helps to feel more relaxed. There we go. And then again, tongue on the roof of the mouth, breathing down, letting the diaphragm open, the ribs open. I'm going to count you in. So when you're ready, start taking a breath in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling. 2, 3, 4, 5. And holding. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Holding. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling. 2, 3, 4, 5. Holding. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Holding. Keep the count going in your mind and keep your focus on your breath. Keep the focus on your breathing. You may have noticed that things have become very quiet and very still, and you start to really look forward to those inhales, feeling the life force fill up your body, and you feel the stillness during the breath holds, and you feel the release on the exhales. What's so important that so many people miss is that the mind is linked to the breathing. So if your breathing is scattered, your mind is scattered. When your breathing is calm, controlled, your mind is calm and controlled. You may come out of it whenever you're ready. Mm,
That's good. And I think for the ice bath, it's also good to breathe that way, to breathe sorry that way.
that's correct, yeah. The reason is because you want to be able to control your nervous system. And the way to control your nervous system is through your breathing. When you go into the ice, your autonomic nervous system switches on. It goes into shock and it starts to almost panic. But the way to control that is to control the breathing. And then you almost like you open a space in your nervous system to be able to control it. And so if you're in pain, you can do this breathing and you can almost, it's not like the pain goes away, but the pain changes. It's not super painful and discomfort. It's like it's somewhere else almost. So the Navy SEALs use the same technique to deal with harsh environments and pain and things like that. Um, and it's one of the best ways to train your breathing. So in the breathing course that I built, the Better Breathing, um, their homework was to do this. There's lots of different homework, but one of the main ones is this. And you'll start with 3 seconds. And if you can do 3 seconds for 4 minutes comfortably, then you're ready for 4 seconds. When you can do 4 seconds for 4 minutes comfortably, then you're ready for five. Because for some people, the breath hold and the exhale starts getting very difficult. It's almost like they're running out of air. And that feeling of running out of air is actually carbon dioxide building up. So carbon dioxide is the need to breathe more, which means they have a low carbon dioxide tolerance. That means that they're not actually healthy. That's the main way to train your breathing. So yeah, I can do 7 seconds pretty comfortably. And when I started this a few years ago, I could never do 7 seconds. That seemed too, what? You're not breathing in for like 21 seconds. The best I ever did was I did one breath in a minute. So you breathe in for 20 seconds, you hold your breath for 20 seconds, and you breathe out for 20 seconds. You're breathing one breath in a minute. And you feel super like present and peaceful when you're breathing like that. It's amazing. Um, yeah. So now we'll switch it up a bit, go the opposite way. So what we just did there is what I call breath training. What we're going to do now is breath work. So they're quite different schools actually. Breath work is like we're going to speed up our breathing quite a lot and it's going to
Mhm.
require some work. So I believe you're familiar with the breath of fire.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll do that one and we'll just do 30 breaths. I know you're quite advanced, so we'll also do the locks. You got the root lock, which is at the bottom where you squeeze your pelvic lock, like your
Okay.
perineum, squeeze those
Mhm.
muscles. You also got this, excuse me, the throat lock, where if you just tuck your chin slightly and pull your head just a little bit back, not, excuse me, not a lot, then what you're doing is you're creating a lock. And so all the energy that we're creating, you're keeping it inside your system. So after 30 breaths, just breathe in, squeeze your perineum, and close your throat.
Yeah.
And then just hold that for about 10 seconds and then let go nice and slowly. And just notice if you feel changes inside your body. You might feel like this ebb and flow of energy. So
So this
before we do
exercise is,
it,
oh sorry, please go ahead. No, I was
no,
just
you,
saying, sorry, I was just saying like the focus here is on the exhale.
that's correct. Yeah. So what a lot of people get wrong is they start going So I'm trying in that breath, I'm breathing in and out, but you're basically hyperventilating if you're doing that. So like you said, the focus is only on the exhale. So as I snap my diaphragm, the inhale happened by itself. I didn't try to breathe in just because it's like a balloon. It's just filling up and sucking air back in. So that's when you know, like when you're practicing the breath of fire, if you're not doing it correctly, when you're trying to breathe in and out, because if maybe people go too fast. So just find your own rhythm and your own pace. There's no requirements for speed. And then we'll do the 30. Before we do them, just take a minute to set a small intention, because the minute you're working with the breath, you're working with very powerful energy. You're working with life force. Wow. Okay. I could really
Right.
feel my third eye when I was focusing there. So let's take a nice. It's nice to start on an inhale, and when I breathe in, I almost on purpose stick my belly out, and that's how I
Mhm.
always start. So it's easier to like pull the belly back in.
Okay,
So
let's
let's
go.
begin. How was that?
Feels good. Thanks.
It's nice. See the way I look at it is like the breath starts to create internal awareness. So the more you work with the breathing, the more you become aware of the internal world inside of us. So it's really powerful. It's like the bridge between the worlds. You know, you really get the full effect. Are you ready?
Thank you, David. It was nice.
Yeah. You ready to do 100 breath of fire now?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Okay, good man. Because that was just a warm up, just to get ready. Because
Okay.
sometimes, like contracting the diaphragm like that, like you'd almost forget a little bit. So just get yourself ready. And now we'll do a real session, which is about 100. I do 100 every single day.
One
Yeah.
question before we start. At the end, so it's we do so the last exhale and then you stop, or you just first inhale and then you lock way in like you press your perineum. I
Yeah.
mean,
So
at the end, how do you hand it like the 100?
so after the 100th, as soon as I start to inhale after that, I will start squeezing my perineum. And it's almost like your core actually locks on as well. So it changes the way that breath fills in my body. So after the last, now I'm squeezing the perineum, and at the end I'll close my chin, and then I'll just hold that for about 10
Mhm.
seconds
Okay, clear.
and just
Okay,
let
done.
it feel.
Okay, clear.
Sweet.
Okay, sweet. Thank
Let's
you.
go.
Let's go.
There you are. Okay, let's do this. Breathing in. 100 changes lots of things. Oh man. What's nice is like you set a timer for 2 minutes and you grab your shoulders like this and you just do it for 2 minutes. And then when I used to practice it, I used to do it like that. So your hands are touching your shoulders here like this. And then after the 2 minutes, you hold a certain stretch and you hold that stretch for 30 seconds on the exhale. And it's like it has quite a profound effect on the body. And then I used to do that 6 times. So you do it for 12 minutes and you feel like you're in a different world after that. Yeah. So now, if you're ready, we'll do one more kind of breathing. And to me, this is the most important kind of breathing. So, like we said earlier, as carbon dioxide builds up in the body, feel the need to breathe more. So, what we're going to do now is we're just going to slow down the rate of air as it moves in and out through our nose. So, we're slowly breathing less and less. And you will feel the need to breathe, build, and build. But every time you're breathing out, you're consciously bringing a feeling of relaxation to your body. So you're starting to feel like you need to breathe more, but at the same time, you're starting to feel relaxed. And now you're building carbon dioxide tolerance. This is very, very important. And I believe one of the most important things you can do for your health and the real way to train your breathing. If when we're doing it, it gets too much and you feel like you really need to breathe, and just breathe normally, but then try to go back into it. So again, just get nice and comfortable. Keep your chest up high and your chin. Posture is very important for breathing. And just take a couple of breaths in and out through the nose. Don't try to change anything just yet. Just become aware of your breathing. Follow your breath as it moves in and out. And now just slow down the amount of air as you start to breathe in. And on the exhale, just make your exhale take a little bit longer and it's a little bit slower. So you're really just trying to reduce the speed and the total volume of air as it moves in and out of your nose. You should begin to feel the sensation of air hunger, this desire to breathe more. But every time you exhale and you slow your breathing down, you're bringing a feeling of total relaxation to the body. And this feeling of total relaxation allows us to tolerate the air hunger. There are some interesting effects that start happening to the body as you build carbon dioxide. One of them is the amount of saliva that you produce in your mouth. As you build carbon dioxide, the amount of saliva in your mouth will increase. This is a really good sign that you're performing the exercise correctly. By now, your breathing volume should be about 30% lower than it was when we started the exercise. A lot of people struggle to keep their mind still, but when you're doing this exercise, it's hard to focus on anything other than the breath. Whenever you're ready, you can come out of it and open your eyes again. How are you feeling there?
Yeah, very good. Amazing.
It really is.
Yeah, I traveled a little bit, I could say, so it was nice.
Uh, yeah.
In the top of, I was on top of a mountain with like kind of monk temples, like with um, yeah, waterfalls, and it was beautiful.
Oh wow, that's amazing, man.
Yes.
Damn.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hey, thank you for breathing with me. Yeah, the breath is something I've studied for like 12 years now, and I'm always learning new things. It's never ending. And that practice that we just did now together, I think, is the most profound. Just slowing the amount of air down. It's like the whole world almost changes. Yeah, for you, it literally did.
Thank you, David.
Yeah,
Do you mind if I post that on YouTube?
go ahead, my man. Yeah, spread the good word. Yeah,
Okay, good. Thanks.
yeah, yeah. No, go for it, man. Um, I think this is something that I teach and something that I've built a whole course around. But I think everyone should learn how to breathe. You know, it's foundational, and I think that the breath will heal the world. Like when I traveled for 5 years, I noticed like so many people smoke, like in France and Spain and Turkey, like everyone is smoking so many cigarettes. And I smoked for 10 years. I understand it, but I wondered like, why do so many people smoke? And I thought about it a lot. And the idea that came to my mind was that we really are disconnected all the time. And so we really want to feel connected, and your breath is like the main connection to your body. It's like the life force in your body, and no one ever feels their breath. But when you smoke, you feel yourself breathing because you can feel the smoke in your lungs. You can feel yourself breathing. And so the people who smoke all the time, it's like their way of trying to connect with the breath, but it's an outside way of connecting with the breathing. Yeah. I mean, apart from all the nicotine and addictive and all that stuff, but it's like it was just a different way of looking at it. Yeah.